You're listening to Off the Stage with your hosts, James Berry and Conor Michael, where we take musicians off the stage and into the pub to talk about the ins and outs of the music world.
Good evening and welcome back to Off the Stage with me, James Berry and Conor Michael. As you can see, we're in a... We've never had a round of applause before.
Episode 18, it's exciting.
And we're in a new room.
Yeah,
Let's give it a go.
Full of rapeseed oil.
not that the audio is not that.
There we go. Well, we've never had a round of applause for us. See, we usually... Shall we introduce the band now?
Potentially, so instead of my first question, I'm going to go straight into how do you pronounce your band name?
Well, here's a funny one. It's a funny one. We're not entirely sure.
We didn't know. To begin with, we didn't know.
It's Latin, isn't it? So
It was. I think it's actually
it is.
Praetors, I would have
It was
called
the
them.
Romans.
Yeah,
we call ourselves the Praetors. But originally, I think we called it. We looked it up. And it was the Praetors. But then another one's the Praetors,
Which just
we
sounds a bit dodgy.
We just chose the coolest pronunciation.
Praetor. You know why I would call it that?
The coolest correct
Because-
pronunciation.
That's what they said in the film Gladiator.
Oh, yeah.
It goes Praetorian. Praetorian. There we
Praetorian
go.
guys.
So we've got the
There we go.
Praetors.
You got yourself an applause?
See, we pre-save our round of applause.
Save that though, because I like them during
I
us.
like that. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to replace that with.
Yeah.
Also, that's it.
Oh, no.
Several years down the road, millions of listeners, it's just got us Bella just going, yes!
Yeah.
There's people eating chicken. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing?
Oh, what else have you got on the? Have you got any more cool sound effects?
No, I do have some pre-saved, but I've only got 4 things, so the other one was just like...
Cordial, yeah.
It's when you're taking a break.
I was going to say.
And he had some other, there's some other ones on there. It's like, the... But I've only got 4 things to choose from. I need a bigger soundboard, don't I?
Can we attach a soundboard to that to add more sounds?
I can.
Because I was tempted to buy just a soundboard that's got like 18 options.
What I've got an app on my phone
Right.
that has a soundboard on it that I can upload the music to. But I need to find a way to connect the phone to the thing.
Okay.
I mean,
That's
the
your
more,
challenge for the 20th episode.
Yes, I'll do that. Right.
the more funny fart soundboards you get, the better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's an
I think we should
expert.
cut like clips of famous episodes and stuff out and
Yeah.
just reuse like the chair there will go in there. I'm sure we've got
Will.
one of us challenging Jack Black for a drink. That could be like a...
Yeah.
What would Jack Black drink that? What do you think he drinks? Have you said any time?
We don't know because we've been asking him to come down to the podcast, so he hasn't responded. So Jack, if you're watching or listening,
I reckon.
Do it.
18th of October we're going to do episode 20. Come down, have a little boozer.
Yeah.
If it worked
chat.
like clockwork, Jack Black will drink a Guinness, like a dark stout, and Jack White will drink an IPA.
That's a good.
I reckon.
Yeah.
It's going to throw the yin yang at you and they have the opposite.
Exactly. Wasn't
But,
that a thing that they said that they'd be coming together to form Jack Grey?
Jack.
I think I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
So while we're on the subject of drinks, what are you guys drinking? What we got?
Well, I've just got a pint of Aspens.
Lovely.
I like a good aspect.
Classic cider.
Nice.
I got a Mabry. I normally drink Moretti, but this is all I
It's
had.
the same thing.
Yes. It's pretty much the same
And
thing.
I have the pub's finest stout. I don't know what it is.
What flavour is it?
Stout flavour.
Oh, we've had some. I've had peanut butter stouts down here. We've had blueberry and maple syrup stouts down here, and
So just get
Place
Guinness
in
in
Whitney
school.
Bay.
It's such a blueberries.
Place.
I have live
The
there.
bottle shop. No, I mean like the place in Whitney Bay. It's at Spanish City. It's called the Bottle Shop, and they do tons of like craft beers, craft sort of whiskies. I got this bottle of moonshine from there. It's great. But they do tons of like stouts. One being Mexican hot chocolate flavour. One being like treacle flavour. They do tons of different stouts.
I'm just gonna see on
what,
Sunday.
I'm really fickle, right? And I'll always pick it. Could be a stout, could be a cider. I'll pick it because of what it looks like what the can looks like. Like the more like out there and cartoonish,
You're a child.
the better. I'm a child.
You're judging
yeah.
books by covers.
Yes.
Have you ever had a
I
can
am.
that looks really nice and then you've tasted it and it's just been the most utter shit you've ever had in your life?
Yes, like there was a can I had. It was like £8 for the can. It was called Arrogant Bastard.
Arrogant bastard.
And the actual, sometimes they explain the flavour. It's basically,
Yeah.
this tastes like shit, but you bought it because you're an arrogant bastard. So I was like, touche. So I was off. I was like, I need another one. Like,
It's a good one. It goes with your Sir Miserable Bastard song, doesn't it? Should be part of the video.
It'd be a bummer if you. It'd be a bummer if you read that after you'd bought it.
Yeah. I can't. You know what? We said downstairs as well. We'll remember what they're called. I can't remember what it's called.
I think
is this like Out to the Fields or something like that?
Something like that.
And
Out
it's
in the orchard.
Apple Orchard Fields. That's the one.
Fields.
Apple pear sour with vanilla.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Does it taste like that?
It's not an orchard.
Well, I also.
And it's a sour. If anyone wants to try it.
Oh shit!
It's quite refreshing. COVID's gone now. We passed drinks across and
You can smell the pear.
Saying that I'm not sharing my drinks just because in a few weeks' time I'm going to Prague and I'm just I'm not risking it.
That's
I'm not risking it.
Smart move.
Like this would be the part to announce. Hey Tom.
Oh, it's sour.
My Tom, I've got AIDS.
Couple of weeks.
And so you
We'll work out an episode.
cool.
Works me out. But I've got
It's very zingy.
Very zingy, innit?
Smell the pint.
I did smell the
It
pint.
smells like pears, doesn't it?
What yourself got there?
I don't know what pears smell like, Colin.
well.
That's it.
This is what was it called again? Take Your Time. I think it's called Take Your Time. It's an all-day IPA.
Oh,
It's very nice.
it's like as opposed to like a breakfast, lunch and dinner
It's
IPA.
all day.
Oh man.
What does that actually entail?
It's it tastes like a beer.
There you go.
No,
It is an
quite,
IPA.
Yeah, it's quite nice. It's quite it's a bit like thick, isn't it?
It looks
It looks like
like
cloudy
viscous.
lemonade.
Viscous.
Very
Cloudy
viscous.
You ever had
lemonade, you know?
Jakehead?
No.
No.
It's like a less. It tastes a little bit like a less stronger version of Jakehead IPA by Wyland Brew. If you never had Jakehead before, I'd recommend it. They sell it in they don't sell it in the ISIS, unfortunately. To get on that ISIS.
But we do recommend drinking at the ISIS.
Ooh, do not take that out of context.
At the ISIS, not with the ISIS.
Obviously, the Crown Passada in Newcastle, down by the quayside.
Oh yeah.
It's a proper old. Have you never been in there before?
I haven't been.
It's got an original 1940s vinyl player / radio that they still use.
That's
They
awesome.
still play like
Jesus.
the radio and stuff from it. It's
That's
great.
brilliant. Yeah.
But they sell Jakehead IPA, loads of that kind of stuff. I'd recommend it.
All
if
that
you
wacky
ever,
stuff.
Like, I mean, I know we are recording in the lovely the ship ISIS. Do drink it. Is this the place you guys drink normally, or like do you go to any other pubs?
Not where I drink normally because I'm not technically local to here. I live in Whitley Bay.
Oh
You're making a bit of a trick, aren't you?
Yeah.
I do, but my missus lives in South Shield, so it kind of like it stops in the middle. Whereas James can walk here if he wanted.
Yeah, sometimes I will.
But we wanted to do the podcast in like a sort of like a proper retro pub, old fashioned look.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like it's
Fits the vibe.
yeah, it's not that it's an old looking
perfect
pub.
fit.
It's just it's the right kind of vibe.
It's not an old looking pub, it's an old pub.
Yeah, it's like,
Vampires.
Doesn't just
Castle.
look.
there's
old,
no
is it?
neon lights for the crack,
Yeah, yeah.
like
Exactly.
no flowery things that people
No,
get
it's
photos
just
with.
proper-
Aye, the Saint
Live, laugh, love on the side. Pink neon lights.
Ain't no dog and parrot.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say
Hot
dog
dog
and
and parrot.
So yeah, and then we started downstairs, and then they were like, oh, if you want, use the room upstairs that nobody used up on a Tuesday. All right, so we'll do that. And it had a stage. Went, cool, we'll use the stage. And then today, people are there eating chicken wings.
Yeah. So,
How dare they?
it's like, you know what it reminds us of? Do you ever watch Friends?
Yeah.
You know the one episode where there's people actually sat on the sofa.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, oh, we've got all our gear, like, and there's these guys like eating chicken in our spot. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. This is a nice room though. I've never actually been in this room before.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of oil in it though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of oil.
Yeah, you can't see it on the camera, but there's a lot of
Yeah.
There is a lot of
This is
oil.
where they dumped the
Tell
raw
you
stuff.
what.
Yeah.
I mean, if we get desperate, get quite thirsty, I have to dig in.
The bar's downstairs.
It's not going to
You
come.
can't reach it. You can't reach downstairs. He's just too thirsty.
This is true.
Right. I think you should introduce yourselves. What's your names?
We should.
Yeah.
My name is Callum Arthur.
Yeah.
My name's Tom.
Tom.
My name's Lucas.
Lucas.
And Callum, you don't sound like you're from the northeast.
You would be correct.
Where are you from?
I'm from Surbiton in South London, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
I lived there for about 2 years, and I've lived here most of my life, but I've never shit the accent.
Clearly not.
First thing anyone says to him, "You're not from here."
Yeah, just everyone else sounds normal, and then you've got Southerner out here.
Oh, that's no, so it was a funny place, Surbiton. Like, just sort of when I was down there, when I was living there, I was living in this like really sort of awful flat that we couldn't afford to live in because it's in London. So it's funny. We used to live. We used to sleep in sleeping bags on the cold hard floor with faulty air conditioning. It used to make everyone's noses bleed.
Oh, lovely.
It was really quite a funny place. I'm not sure whether that's possible.
Jesus.
To make air conditioning make your noses bleed.
I've never heard of that before.
Nah, I've never heard that.
And it's strange, like, because I was born in Surrey,
Oh yeah.
and then I lived.
Oh shit, I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, I lived in a place called Borden, and then moved to Blandford, and I was down south for about the same amount of time as you.
Is there much to do in boredom?
Borden, yeah.
Yeah.
But apparently it was quite a nice place. But then I moved up because, but since my dad was out of it and he was kind of like, he was not from around the northeast, I ended up having a northeast accent.
I love how he's a band, but he's like actually interviewing each other, like find more about yourselves. Like,
Should we get a drink? Should we?
I've told them quite a few times, but he's got a memory of a goldfish.
No one
I
listens
always
to it.
forget you're from Surrey.
No, but it's,
Well, yeah, I'm from Surrey,
Well,
like,
yeah.
but it was because I was born in a like an army hospital,
Yeah.
and then I lived in Borden, which is in either Hampshire or Devon. I'm not sure which one, but one of those places. They're all kind of blend together down this.
Yeah.
See, I feel like my childhood is really boring because I was born in Sunderland.
And he's still here.
I know. 19 years I've been here.
What's a Mackem? What was a Mackem?
So is it just you three in the band?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got your manager hidden in the corner. He's not on camera, but
say hi, Alfie.
I could suppose. Oh. Proto manager.
The voice of God.
So what do you do in the band other than like play music? Do you, what's your instruments? What's your job roles?
Well, I am the singer, write a lot of the stuff, and I play the rhythm guitar.
The only guitar.
The only
The guitar.
Yes.
I'm the drummer. I keep him in check because he likes to go off the hook sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Very true. And I'm the bassist. I'm the new recruit, basically.
Okay.
got
How long have you
it.
been part of the band?
How long has it been? A couple of months?
No, it hasn't been that long. I think maybe. I think it was either it's not if
A month
a
and a
month, month even if that, and if not, but maybe like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Mint. Are you done any gigs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, did one on
We
Saturday.
just did our
actually.
first headline on Saturday.
Oh, where?
Black Bull in Gateshead, just
yeah.
across from the interchange.
Oh, I'm sure someone messaged my old Instagram page asking to play that. I
Yeah.
obviously never applied one because
Find out a pint.
Yeah.
It's a neat little place. It's got like a little front part with like different almost themed sections. Like one corner's like a 50s diner.
Yeah.
One part looks like an old sort of ship or something. And then like you come through in the back, it's got like a massive venue. Like sort of, well, not massive, but it's got
Massive.
a pretty good size sort of like
Yeah.
venue. with
Probably
good
about like
stage.
100, 150
decent
capacity type.
That's still decent.
that's decent.
I mean, we didn't fill it by any means, but
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
people came.
Yeah,
You've gotta
people did come.
start
Yeah,
small,
it was like to be honest, it was kind of a little bit better than I was expecting because I asked tons of people to come, but like quite a few of them actually came through.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's
'Cause
very good.
usually it's kind of like, yeah, I'll come, no bother. And you get
And
like,
then they don't show up,
you get
yeah.
2 people and
Yeah.
your mark.
Yeah, like I was in college today, and then I was talking about it, and then the fella next to us, he was like, "Oh fuck, I didn't go to that." But,
Make him feel guilty about it.
no, I was it was
You
fine.
should have made him feel guilty about it.
Yeah, I was just like, why?
How dare you?
I can just imagine that, like that phone call. That's sort of, oh yeah, I'll come. The wife goes, oh, is that so and so asking you to go to his bloody gig again? Oh yeah, we won't go to that.
But it went quite well. I mean,
Oh,
I got,
yeah.
got 50 quid from it, so
Mint.
not bad. And that's like,
That's-
to share, not
Yeah.
yeah, not just yet to share.
That's
Just to
Not
share.
that good yet.
Yeah, but like that was our second gig ever.
Mint.
And we managed to get a headline. We got another one this Friday.
Those where you at?
Same place.
Same place, and then we got one the 22nd of October in the 3 Tons. And then,
Hold on. Does that work with what time? When's this podcast coming out?
Maybe a couple of weeks.
Unfortunately, I won't
Yeah,
be
so we
able
can
to.
announce it. Yeah, so you've got a gig next weekend.
Nice.
Get the tickets sold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it ticket event or is it just turn up?
Yeah, well, it's
on
like
the
it's a
door.
band fest, so there's
Cool.
about 8 bands playing,
Do you know
and
what
it
time
would
you're
be really good. I think we'd probably be in the second half, as I imagine we were in the second half last time.
I mean, if they're coming, they might as well, look at all the bands.
Yeah,
So get
like-
there early.
Yeah,
That's true.
it's a really good day to go and look at some local artists,
Mint.
and it's a really nice vibe. So just get out to get them to go for 12 o'clock.
If when you advertise it, tag us and we'll share that. Obviously, the one before that, this episode won't be out by then, but we can help push for the 22nd.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's my man's birthday, otherwise I would have turned up. But
It's also a fun fact. Wombat Day is the 22nd of October. It's Wombat Day, international. I used to celebrate it.
I was going to say, what do you do on Wombat Day?
sing the songs, don't you?
Yeah, just
Oh yeah.
sing the national song of the wombat. No, it's like an Australian thing because I love them over there.
What was their
So it's
famous
like
song? Wombats.
Wombats.
Go on.
That was my was back in my day.
I know.
Wombats.
your day.
I say that a lot nowadays. 34, and I'm like, back in my day.
34.
I will be saying that.
Before I have to Google
Well,
the top
18.
hit.
No, I can't remember what Wombats. I can't remember. It'll immediately come to mind once you say one of the names. I'll be able to sing the song, recite it.
You will do.
You'll make it.
I'll be able to.
Wombat. Wombat.
What are the biggest hits? So I'm moving to New York.
Oh, I got issues with my sleep.
Yeah.
I
Oh, that one.
yeah.
That's one on the radio. Like, well, no.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, I work.
Christmas came early for me. I was never a fan of them actually.
Has it got
Like,
something to do with
no.
This is the other ones. They've got
That was
1996.
one of the songs that
Ring a
Josh played.
Was
No,
it?
I can't remember
Yeah.
that one.
But
Let's
it's
Dance to
interesting.
Joy Division. That was the most popular one.
Yeah.
Let's Dance to Joy Division.
Yeah, remember that one.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, yes.
whenever I think of Joy Division, I'm
Think of
hardwired
the
to think of the
Wombats.
Wombats.
Of
now.
that song,
Really
yeah.
annoying.
Now you can sing that on the 22nd on Wombat
There
Day
you go.
No,
for your gig.
There you go, guys. National Wombat Day. Get
I
songs
can't
in
instead
your
of
head.
I love chicken burgers, I love wombats.
Oh God.
But
It's a celebration.
For that special occasion.
speaking of singing random songs for random days, we got a question here. Is what would you say your theme tune to life would be?
Theme tune to life.
I've got the perfect answer.
Lewis first.
Well, I'm still thinking, so.
You got an answer?
Oh, do I have an answer? A theme tune of life.
I wouldn't even.
I mean, you could say that a sort of. You use the cheat answer and say a day in the life by the Beatles, but that would be cheating. So I'm not going to do that.
Well, it's technically it's actually a good answer to be honest. I wouldn't have thought of that.
You've got, oh God, I could say this. Theme track to my life is Feel Good Hit of the Summer by Queens of the Stone Age.
Nice.
That was literally.
Wow.
Couldn't have been anyone else. No, I was going to say it couldn't have been anything else. Theme track for me is Sugar Zoo by Black Midi because it's an
yeah.
extremely fast song and that's how fast my brain goes
Cool.
all the time without ever stopping and it's really annoying.
Nice.
God, this is hard.
I know that's.
See, mine's anonymous one. It's called Right Place, Right Time.
Yeah.
Because I'm fluky at everything I do. Like I've got no musical talent, or I didn't before I started, and now I've somehow got a full-time job in a career in the space of like 4 years, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And a chart-topping single. No, a chart-topping single.
You only by what's his face?
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles.
Bastard. Finished third in my latest single, and then Harry Styles with 2 songs.
Is that
finished
like
second.
the charts?
The charts are
Eee.
the charts are mint because like, as long as they're to do with physical sales, aren't they? So in reality, if you just have a ton of mates with like get like a student loan or something, just buy as many,
Buy
of
as
your own
many
music
singles
as
as
you
you
can.
My issue is I nearly got the top spot, and because Harry Styles wasn't in the top 20 the week before or the week after, but then on the Thursday, the day before the things all got counted, he announced his big UK worldwide tour, and everybody boom straight to the Harry Styles finals. I was like, we were that close. Nearly had a little trophy to bring.
Well, now the next goal is to be as big as Harry Styles, so when you do that, you can snatch it off someone else.
I'm going to snatch off Harry Styles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Biggest middle finger in history.
Politely though, I think he's an alright kind of guy.
Politely.
yeah.
No, just 2 fingers.
I mean,
He did just 2 fingers.
it'd be like a sort of a personal middle thing. Like he'd go like sort of, oh, I'm announcing he'd sort of hear word of Harry Styles getting his new stuff out, and he'd go, oh, I'm announcing my new big tour, and fuck you, Harry Styles. And Harry Styles would have like no clue what he's talking
Oh,
about.
it's just like, oh, well done on your number 1 song.
I'd rather do the thing that Lewis Capaldi did with like Noel Gallagher. And he was like, who's that Lewis Capaldi guy? And he walks out dressed as Noel Gallagher with the whole thing on the boards and starts cracking on with his daughter.
Modern.
Love Lewis Capaldi.
Madness.
I love Lewis Capaldi. I think he's mint.
Oh, he's mint.
He's a funny bloke as well, isn't he?
He's really
He really is. I've got a Lewis Capaldi question in part 2 of this.
Oh.
We'll save it till then.
Oh,
Yeah, save it all then.
When you're thinking hard of this, what's your theme tune of life?
I don't know because
good man.
I mean I were talking like what song do I just like that can get us by life, or what song would you
Yeah,
like to
like-
Describe your life.
that's
What's
what
your
I- that's
theme
what
tune
I'm-
like?
It's like
Confused,
I would
huh?
imagine it as if I'm walking down the road, what is playing in my head type thing.
Yeah.
Nothing. I'm like an empty vessel.
I'm sure
That's
this
like me,
song's
to be
called
fair.
Empty
Well,
Vessel.
that is a
Homer
sad
Simpson
existence.
So The Sound of Silence by Simon Garfunkel.
Damn, I wish I had that one now.
It's like, Homer Simpson, the Simpsons movie, where, like, they go in his head and it's just like one of those apes clapping like
I love that bit.
Oh, it's like, do you know in the Lego movie when he's going to his head and it's just absolutely nothing?
Yeah.
It's just completely and utterly nothing. It's just like he's so devoid of any thoughts that that he can become anything really easily.
This is getting depressing now.
Yeah,
Although-
we're going a bit deep now, aren't we?
Saying that, if you want to, there's a song that you probably never have heard of before that does go in my head every now and then.
Go on then.
It's a band called Ramshackle Glory, and it was called More About Alcoholism.
That's a good theme tune.
Oh, I like that one.
It's not the alcohol bit. It's because he's like it's just a fast paced kind of like he's going through life non-stop and he can't think of what else to do, and he's just fucking I'll have this drink here and there, and I'll go with that one then. You'll have to listen to it.
Your final one?
I'm still thinking. It's a very difficult question.
Yeah, we don't normally.
The thing
give
is,
people questions in
You,
advance.
like you're the person that I think has the widest music taste of anyone that I know. So there is so many different songs you could choose from.
So let's break it down. So so are you in college?
Yeah,
Like what you studying in college?
music.
Music.
We're
right.
both doing
for
music.
me.
He was doing music, but now he's doing sociology.
Do you like going for walks? Like
Yeah, I guess
hills?
so.
The hills are alive with the sound of music.
There you
Sorry, I'm
go.
just posing
There
for a
we go.
photo.
That's your
That's my thing too.
I didn't take
That's
you
your-
for a theatre geek.
that's your externally imposed theme.
Yeah.
Just theme song music.
So
It's like one of those questions though. You have to like really sit down and think about it.
Yeah.
With,
It was funny because I knew it like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Say I'm changing my opinion
Different
already.
thoughts, different
Yeah,
well, we'll come back in part 3 and ask you if you've thought of one.
yeah.
We might have went on a
hopefully I'll-
journey from the
Revenge of the
parts.
Sith.
Revenge of
Is
the
that
Sith.
part 3, Revenge of the Sith?
that's part 6.
Ah, damn it, it's part 3.
Part 3 is A New Hope. No,
No, that's
four.
part 4.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. I'm
Part 3 is.
Part 3 is the
Revenge of
one.
the Sith.
Yeah,
Prisoner of
part,
Azkaban. and
No,
then
that's
Jedi.
part. No, so oh wait, no, it is.
No, not yet.
No,
Revenge
I
of
was
the-
thinking of
Revenge of the Sith is
You're
part
thinking of
3.
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi. I was thinking of
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Return of the Jedi is the third movie.
but the
But
sixth in the
it's
story.
second
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Is that why we're
Yeah.
getting confused?
Yeah, yeah,
Backwards.
yeah.
There's a way of actually watching them. I don't know if you've watched much Star Wars, but
I
you
listen
watch
to
it.
it, I watch it
I think
for a bit,
it's 2, 3, 4, 1. If you really want to watch one, then 5,
Jar
6.
Jar Binks.
That's apparently the best way to watch the whole 6.
Really?
I tend to go
Yeah.
like sort of like, well, when I'm having like a Star Wars binge, I go sort of, I do the prequels, all 3 of those, the main Star Wars films, and not the sequels. Who am I kidding? I don't watch those. But yeah, it's like, yeah, it's good fun. You guys
Force
watch
Awakens
Kenobi?
was alright.
No, I've seen the original 6. That's about it.
Yeah, same here.
I've seen the last 3, and like as like a not massive Star Wars nerd, but do enjoy the series.
Yeah.
I like them. I found them very
I've got
enjoyable.
nothing against them. I just
That's fair
it's one of them
enough.
ones where I'm like I can't be asked to put it on. But if it's on, I'll watch it, and I've got no
Yeah.
problem with it.
No
but I just don't
complaints.
have the energy to press the play button.
Yeah, it's like,
That's
What it
understandable.
is, it's like a lot of them have some really cool set pieces
Yeah.
in that sort of like classic Star Wars fans go like, you can't do that. Like in one of them, it's like, I think what it is, like you've got this admiral that you're supposed to hate, and in her last ditch effort to like sort of whack this massive spaceship, she goes in like hyperspeed
I
and
love
fucking
that scene.
crashes through it.
Oh, it's an unbelievable scene.
Awesome! It's bloody mint.
It's directorial masterpiece. So like she
Yeah,
goes
I've
into
seen-
light speed and she
I've
goes through
seen-
all the ships, but it's completely silent.
Aye.
And it just you
Oh,
just see
I've
her
seen- yeah,
slice
I've
through all
seen
these ships.
that.
It's completely silent, bunch of like lovely white lights, and
Yeah.
it's gorgeous.
It's really mint. set
Unbelievable
piece.
scene.
I just don't understand why. The one thing I didn't.
Yeah.
If I was her, I would have been like, surely they've got the technology to pre-program light speed, so that she can escape. And then it's okay. In 5 minutes, we're gonna do light speed, and we're gonna.
What I'm thinking is, if that works so well, why don't you just have tons of like dummy ships that just like set
Do
them at
that.
light speed,
Sort of
just
thing,
send
just
them
like,
up? Yeah.
I think that's why the Star Wars fans are a bit annoyed.
No, because they're annoyed because that's not supposed to work. Like you're not supposed to be able to do that. And it looks cool. Who am I
Because all those, I mean, it was like, well, it's the last ever one where like all those like thingy ships came. You could just you could have just shot them straight at the bloody.
Easily done. Well, job done.
Easy as that.
Yeah.
So, we've got a final question. Last episode, I think was it Chris Norris was in last week, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. And we tried a new thing where we were gonna shoot 10 questions and they're just yes and no's. There's no follow-up questions.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, question 1: have you ever forgotten your own lyrics live on stage?
Yes.
So, has a crowd member ever caught you off guard to the point where you've had to stop singing?
No.
Well, you've got fun times to come.
We've only got 2 gigs so far, so
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting to get flashed.
yeah.
That happens. Is there a famous artist that you can't stand?
All of them.
Yes.
Yes.
Funny.
Have you ever been booed by a crowd?
No.
Cool. Have you ever been able to listen to an album start to finish without skipping a song?
Oh, easily.
Yes.
Definitely.
Loads.
Might have a follow-up question there. Is there a band that you hope to support one day?
Yes.
Yes.
You got one specific in mind? I'm not asking the question who, just...
Oh yes. Oh okay. Oh
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, it is.
Have you ever recorded a song and chose not to release it?
No,
So that
because we've not released a song. Released anything yet.
Did you write plenty in the pandemic?
No, because we weren't a thing in the pandemic.
I did, but well.
But like this band,
We
wasn't
didn't
a thing in the
know each
pandemic.
other back then.
Yeah, we didn't, do we?
No, we didn't. We didn't know each other because we went to college in 2020 after after the first lot of the
Yeah.
pandemic, and that's why we all
I
met.
think we're starting to defeat the purpose of this.
Is there a dream venue you'd love to play at?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And do you reckon you'll ever perform in a stadium?
Yes.
Yes.
That's the spirit.
Definitely.
Well, I think you guys need another pint, so let's call that part one.
man.
Yeah, let's have a quick
Press
drink.
that special
We'll press
button.
the special button.
Go on,
and, we'll
get
be
the right
back.
one.
Can I
We'll
press
get the pressure.
Next time.
James
Oh,
can't even
I'll have
press
to show
it, to be
you
honest.
this. I know, I always do this.
Hey! That's a great part one.
But anyway, yeah, let's take a small short break and we'll be back at part 2.
Done this before, haven't we?
Yeah. And welcome back to side 2. I don't know why I said that.
Should not be side B.
Side B. Yeah, I guess so, but we've got 3 sides, don't we?
Side C.
Side C.
As long as we go past side 26 for sound.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, that's a funny thing. It was, ELO, the band ELO.
Yeah.
Sort of, they had their records. It was out of the blue, and the sort of the voice at the end of Mr. Blue Sky. That's just like a do 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 do
Yeah.
do. There was the BBC, or it was some sort of radio, did like a poll to see what people thought that said. And do you know what it says? Please turn over, because it's the last song on that side.
No?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
You really do learn something new every
That
day.
is a fun fact.
It is.
What are you doing here?
What am I doing? Yeah, hello, I'm Alfie. I'm the band manager. Good to meet you.
Yes, we if you didn't realise, we've got an extra member here.
I was
He
the one
sat
hiding
there
in the
before.
corner.
What's up?
Press the clappy button.
Oh, yeah.
Aye.
It's the,
And I'm you.
Just in time for part 2.
just about.
So part 2, we normally do like scenarios and like daft questions and stuff.
Great.
Oh,
I like
really?
this.
So we got a question: is if extra lives were real, how do you reckon people would have to go about gaining them?
Gaining them.
I can tell you how I'd lose them.
Oh god.
No, I'll tell you what. How you gain them, this is good.
And how you lose them.
Your lives equate to your body count, but not the shagging body count. You
Well,
kill
the kill
someone,
count,
you
yeah.
get their life.
Oh, that's good.
Probably.
That's good.
Yeah. Someone's been watching that Jeffrey Dahmer show.
Before I came here. He's not
Or
wrong,
you could
though.
do the other body count, and it's just like sort of.
Everyone you shout.
Trying to stay alive. It's got to be a movie somewhere, innit?
But how? But like,
Calm Arthur,
what-
1
what
million
sort of-
lives.
What
If
sort
it's
of
not a
like-
movie, it will be.
What sort of lives are we talking? Are we talking like, oh, if you die, oh no, it's fine? Are we talking when
Is it like a
when you get
self-restoration
to old
age?
age? When you get to old age, you don't live to 100, you live to 200, you live to 300, that kind of
I'm
thing.
talking when you die, you come back. Like, you get an extra life.
Do you get like born again?
Like in Mario,
When you come back, like
the cliff, he comes back as where he was at that point.
right.
See me.
So, like as a
So you're back to where you were.
adult.
See me.
You start, yeah.
Right.
You start where you died.
You know, that's it.
You still die of old age.
You're just thinking of really good medicine and healthcare.
So say if you didn't die like until you were like 95 and then you died of old age, you would just be like, oh fuck, and then you'd have a heart attack 3 minutes later and you're dead again.
Oh
and then
God,
you'd
you'd
have
die
a
of
heart
old
attack,
age.
and you're dead
Oh,
again.
yeah,
and
yeah.
your heart attack,
You would,
die.
yeah.
If you never died and then you had 3 lives, like,
You've got 3 more chances of dying again.
you just repeat the death. That's pretty
quite
horrific.
morbid.
That's very morbid. It could be a very good thing, but it could be also be a horrendous.
Yeah.
Because like, imagine
Torture
the more
device.
lives you have, you're just sort of buried in your coffin, just rot. Oh, I don't want to talk about
That's a
it.
horrible thought.
Right,
I don't
Dark
know.
for a
how
podcast.
would you gain your lives, fellas?
How would you
I
gain your
don't
lives?
know.
I think
Based
Carl's right
on-
with the whole
I feel
Yeah.
like
life for a
That
life.
seems like the
depends,
more.
it depends on how you look at it, because it could be a completely physical type of sciencey universe thing, or it could be like the government.
Well, the government
So,
gives
like,
you
They're
life.
not going to give you fuck all.
I'll tell you what, they'll cut yours in half, and then they'll sort of give it to themselves.
It's just like if you get a light grace in your arm, you're dead. But like it could say like however much you do for like the community or something like that, you could get an
Yeah,
extra,
like a
based on
reward.
that.
There's a
If,
film
like,
that's a very similar concept to that, where people buy and sell things with time.
Time.
Yeah.
That's a good film,
It's
yeah.
very similar. What's
Yeah.
it called?
I'm sure it's just good time.
Is it just called time?
Sure it is.
Ah, it's a good film, that. It's
I
like the
agree,
same thing. Well, I think it's worked like that.
Yeah.
It's like some
I've
Doctor
seen
Who
like
shit.
sort
This
of-
You have to
Yeah.
buy houses with
Sci-fi.
time that you've got. So it won't be
Yeah.
multiple lives, it would be you gain time, you lose time.
It's interesting.
Well,
So, like,
I'd love to be
you-
in the Doctor Who.
You buy like an expensive house. So you've got a nicer house.
20
you
years.
spend less time in it.
Oh.
But I'll tell you what, I like your idea of sort of like Mario and stuff. So what if you have
Literally
these
just mush them on the
collectibles that
ground,
just
just
like
like,
give
yeah.
you fucking
Yeah.
lives and shit?
It'd be like,
It's
it'd be like
not
the
just
stock
drugs
market.
though.
Yeah.
Hoard them.
Oh, it's like like Rick and Morty, where you have there's a game and then you live your entire life in the game,
Yeah,
and
you
when you
come
die,
back
you
in
come
the
back
game,
out. Yeah.
That's very good. The stock markets and stuff. So if you have these sort of lives, these collectibles, and you've sold them, how much would they be worth?
Like because like the richest man on earth could have like 20 of these lives, but each one's worth like $1 billion.
Yeah.
You would do some crazy shit though, wouldn't you? Like, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
I'd definitely jump off a bridge.
Just to see
Just
what
to
happens.
test it.
Imagine though. Imagine when you.
It's like, they'll
Yeah, but you
just
said you're going to have more lives. Are you alright?
I've got to make sure I've got the lives first, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just like, oh shit, I've left them in the cupboard, and then you're just dead.
Halfway
But
down.
imagine like if you jumped off the bridge, but it puts you back alive, but you've still got all the horrendous injuries of what happened from when you left.
Then you just die again, wouldn't you?
No, you just, but it keeps you alive. You just
Just
sat
be
there with
suffered.
like just like ruptured
paralyzed.
aorta,
Shitload.
17 broken bones.
I'd have to Google the rules first.
The rules.
What happens when you die?
Gov.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but well, maybe not. I'd jump off out of like an aeroplane or something like that. Just
Would you do that if you had like 3 lives? You just get rid of one. Do you do that in video
Yeah,
games?
like,
You'd be like, right,
if
I
you
can
just
reset
waste
this,
it.
I'm just going to die.
Yeah, what if you got
straight
hit by
away,
a
no
car
one-
twice?
Yeah.
I
fucked.
wouldn't. To be honest, if we only had 3 lives, I wouldn't risk it because you just never know.
Yeah.
You could, the world could suddenly like.
You're
be
about to
at
jump
war
off a
with
bridge
each
a
other or
minute
something
ago.
like-
Yeah, what
But
happens
no, if I could.
if you've got 3 lives? What happens if the world ends? And then you die from an asteroid? Like what
Well, then
happens?
you
You
come
just
back
get
alive.
pumped.
You just come
come
back.
back.
But then you die of
and
an
you're
oxygen.
nothing.
Yeah.
Then you die of oxygen, then you come back and you die again of oxygen.
I think if we've discovered anything, it's that having more lives is a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's not all it's cut out.
That's why nobody likes cats.
I don't know, there's a level maybe.
I'll tell you what I'd do if I had more than one life. Find out how much cocaine is too much.
It's a very Cal answer that.
It is. You'll make your own strand soon, Calcane.
Cal King.
I'll make your own strand of cocaine. Where are you from?
That's something that. Don't lie, that is something you would definitely do if it was legal.
Actually, that's how you got extra lives. Every line you snorted.
Yeah, you could look at it as like if you do something absolutely horrendous, it's like a bargain, and then like if you do this and like it's absolutely dreadful, then we'll give you an extra life type thing.
Your idea,
Karma.
sort of doing better things for the community gives you more lives. What if it was reverse?
Reverse, yeah.
The
The
more
more bad
scummy
you
you
did.
were, more lives than you
It's just chavs live forever.
Yeah.
I kind of feel we're delving into like reincarnation Buddha style thing. It's like, if you live a good life, you become a horse or something. I don't know.
It's getting religious.
You lived a good life and you became a horse. I don't know if I'd be angry or fucking buzzing.
I'd be pretty buzzing because I'd have a
live a
massive.
Yeah. But you would
Yeah,
never
you
be able to
die.
take your shoes off because they're nailed to your fucking feet.
Oh,
I remember watching that on Lee Evans. It was just like a horse comes back from a hard day at work and he was just like, oh, that was so difficult. Oh, I need to take my shoes off. Oh, some fuckers nailed them on!
That's class.
Oh, Lee Evans is unreal.
The next one. So basically, I saw a video today, and Lewis Capaldi's released a new single that came out, and he went back to his hometown and he just did like busker nights.
Oh,
And nobody expected it. He just turned up. A crowd of 30 people played his new song, and he was like, "Oh, before I play this final chorus, I'm gonna fuck off. But I put money behind the bar. Everybody get yourself a drink." So if Lewis Capaldi put money behind the bar, what drink are you ordering?
What drink?
Stella. Stella all the way. I'm a Stella man.
I would.
You'd waste that on a Stella.
I'd waste that. Of course I'd get a Stella.
Why wouldn't you
best
just?
drink in the world.
Why wouldn't you just get the most outlandish shit?
Because I love Stella. Stella's me one and only.
You could buy a Stella, but you could really take advantage of the fact there's an open
Yeah,
bar.
yeah.
So
Any drink you wanted, you
Basically,
could have.
you've got one free drink of anything
I
in that
wouldn't
bar.
want to take advantage of him. It's there for everyone. If I spend lots, it's taken away from someone else's drink. I'd get a Stella.
Well, we'll
And I'd
rephrase
maybe
that.
get a chaser.
We'll rephrase that if you could have one free drink at a bar.
One free drink.
Stella.
Oh, a massive Stella. Big one.
The keg.
Yeah, the keg.
I was gonna say like
Full
because
Stella.
if Lewis Capaldi's in this like pub of 30 people, right, and he's a millionaire,
Sure.
like
And
you
that-
could
that's
have,
essentially a free drink.
you could literally have like
I feel like you
19
drink of
shots
choices
of
under a lot of
vodka.
attack. Yeah, I just like Stella.
So Lewis, if you're watching and you want to
He's
come
a
on the
simple
podcast,
man.
advertise a new song, let us know. We'll get you in. I'm sure we can find a date.
And you can buy us. You can buy us a drink while you're
yeah,
at
you
it.
can. aye.
We'll have a Stella, that's alright.
How about you, Lucas? What do you get for your free drink?
Thing is, I think you're asking the wrong person here. I don't drink that much.
That's fair, responsible, eh?
And when I do drink, it's like mostly just cider. So
Oh,
You can get cider. This.
Yeah.
I like
That's
it.
your answer.
get an hospital.
There you go.
On the contrary, I'm going to get a
not
sextuple
cider.
shot of car tequila.
Car tequila.
It's like a 50 quid bottle of tequila you can get from Tesco's.
oh, I tell you what, I've changed my choice.
Aye.
Jules Jungle Juice, you ever had it?
Never heard of it.
It's a cider, but it tastes like gold. It's lovely.
Well, that can't be very nice. Then.
Very mad.
No,
like
it's
gold.
lovely. It's the
Very
strongest cider you'll ever have.
How much?
It's about £6.
I mean, strongest for
It's
like
it's,
how much?
it's oh, I don't know. It's about 15%. It's very strong.
Jesus.
Ah, no, it
That's
tastes like a spirit.
For
It's
15
bloody lovely.
for a cider though.
God, aye.
You ever go down like Somerset and stuff like that? It's
Oh.
full of the proper heavy cider cider.
Heavy cider.
I was a country thing.
Probably so.
because
Aye,
they're all
metal
like
bands come
naked.
from Somerset.
It's class.
I think metal bands come from Somerset. Yeah, I've seen like I've looked at like different metal bands and shit, and then it says like Origin and it says Somerset. I'm like, whoa, like there's loads
Because they're all
that I've seen.
fucked up on cider.
Yeah.
16% shit. Just
67% cider.
Now, finally, what would you
Oof, I don't know. I think I would get if I could get any drink, I'd probably get like a 2-litre keg. Get some Pepsi Max in there and have Applejack whiskey.
I like a good apple.
Oh, a 2-litre keg of Applejack.
No, so you'd have
get?
it's like a
Two
no,
keg of
so
Applejack.
Applejack Daniels
Where can you get it from?
and then a shit ton of Pepsi Max.
A 2-litre keg of Applejack Coke.
Yeah.
That's even worse. That's the scummiest thing I've ever heard.
I mean, you selected Stella.
You know.
I thought it was better, like.
So do you not remember we went at Hustlers and you had one and you were like, ooh.
No, it was tasty when there was only a little bit of it. But what kind of scat gets a keg? A keg of Applejack and Coke? It's...
Don't think I've ever been called a sket before.
It was scat.
That's the first time I've ever heard that word. If I'm honest.
I've never heard of
I don't
sket
think it
before.
is.
You're
I
not
think I've heard on the podcast.
not from heaven then.
No.
So you get called there.
Sketch.
Ask the question, what's your go-to insult?
Oh.
I love everyone, so I just.
No, however, you
Oh,
must
how,
have one. You must have one.
Someone's just totaled your car. You're fucking pissed off. What are you gonna be called?
I mean, it's usually like Daft Cunt. Is
That's
That's
a
fine.
strong choice. That's a strong choice.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
And it's
I'm going to go with
I agree
you,
with you.
but like an alternative, Thunder Cunt. They're not just
Thunder
a Daft
Cunt.
Cunt, they're a Thunder Cunt. Like,
Thunder sounds like they've got a bit of power behind them.
I mean,
Whereas
yeah.
Daft sounds
A
like
power
they've
of
got fuck all behind them.
arsehoolery.
I like silly cunt. Yeah.
Like, it could equate to like the sort of the magnitude of their country.
Yeah.
Like sort of Thunder Cunt. Like,
Their
what
country
a
knows
Thunder
no
Cunt
bounds.
does to be a cunt.
This is true.
Cunt magnitude 6.
It's like the Richter scale.
Right, Howard, what would you go for?
Oh, I don't know. I quite like calling people completely outlandish insults. It's just like
Yeah, you're the king at that. Like.
it's just. I'm trying to think of something. It's just like
You Skegness employees.
yeah, something like that. It's just like you absolute
genius.
wet piece of Warburton's white bread or some shit like that.
I rate that.
Literally something along the lines, or like just call, it's just like you put absolute and then you give him and then say anything. It's an insult. It's like you
Yeah.
absolute fucking picture for him.
Why are you not writing our lyrics for?
Yeah.
Because
You
people wouldn't know what
Jack and Coke. Jack and Coke.
you barrel of rapeseed oil.
So
You've
going back
missed the
the,
best insult, yeah.
What?
You're from Sunderland.
Oh, poor Lucas.
Hey, what have I done to deserve it?
Or you just call him a Macam.
Aye, my
Well,
God.
let's ask the Macam. What's your insult? Someone's just called you a Macam.
Fucking Jack
You
Daft
see,
Geordie
he's one of the
cunt.
nicest.
Stupid bastard.
Stupid bastard.
Oh no, there's something worse there. I can see it behind your eyes. You say he seems lovely.
Like my
But there's
go-to
fire
one's,
in him.
my go-to one's just like stupid cunt. Really.
One thing I quite like, and it was, do you know Sean Locke?
yes.
Comedian. I quite like if someone's been a bit stupid, I just like, oh, you silly bollocks.
Hard of thought.
I quite like that one.
Yeah.
What?
Hard of thought.
Hard of
That's a good one.
Hard of thought,
Hard
yeah.
of thought.
Good one.
Silly bollocks, I quite like that one.
That's a good one. But swinging back around to a Capaldi question. So we'll fast forward. You guys are now at the heights of your career. You've done that stadium tour that you're on about.
Yep.
Everybody knows who you are. You go back to your hometown for a week. What do you do?
Probably meet up with you another point.
Aye, that's probably what it would be as well. We've got the hustlers, haven't we?
Aye. Would.
We've just got the
Solid
hustlers.
choice.
Although Hustlers isn't in my hometown. My
I would
hometown's
find
Heather.
the
Oh, yeah,
relative
get
monument of my hometown, and I would piss on it, marking my territory.
So I might lose
The most
your fans,
Calamar answer.
You make a good point.
So dogs might see it as market territory, but a lot more people will see it a different direction.
Desecrating.
You probably piss on a gravestone knowing you.
Probably think from Sunderland.
Why would I do that? Well, you know what? It's like sort of a lot of places, because the place I mostly grew up, a majority of my life was Whitley Bay. I used to live there for a long time. And a lot of the places that I knew and loved, like sort of, I mean, apart from the news force, that news force will be there till the end of time. But, a lot of places, it's a very changing neighbourhood. Like, things come, things go. So I feel like it was my hometown, but I don't know.
So what would you do when you went back there?
Chronic masturbation.
What? Oh man.
I love how I made it big and famous. And
Don't
I'd
even
still
deny that.
just
Do we have to look at your baby?
turn up the filters on a Thursday? Unannounced. And just do an entire
Thing
set
is,
of
if it was me, I just
Come on,
wouldn't
Michael,
go
do
back.
it.
Yeah, you just wouldn't go back.
That'll be it. That'll be it.
Nah, I love
Stop doing
Manson.
gigs and nobody knows about it.
Busking a little sort of.
Yeah.
Like I'd
yeah.
love to be like headlining in the utility arena and it's all sold out and everybody's waiting there and I'm there getting a wrap burger at the van. Like, how's it going, guys? Just like the food in there. It's cheaper out here and
It'd be good marketing, to be honest, because you think like if everyone will be taking your pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You're trending on Twitter, just like
yeah.
easy.
I'll tell you what I'd probably do if I went home. I'd probably go back to like where my mum and dad would live. I'd go upstairs, I'd sit in my room and I would just vibe. I would literally just do what I did, like do what I do now. Just
Yeah.
like go upstairs watching TV shows, but just have the solace of just
Of
my
knowing it's
room.
there, yeah.
No paparazzi, because
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
not going to know I was there.
This is true.
If there's paparazzi outside my
So
house,
your
because they know
parents
where
think
you're going to live. But I would just go up there and just
Yeah.
Take them off.
yeah. I would just I would kill you if you did that.
I don't blame you. How about you, Lucas?
Burn it to the ground.
There's a lot of Sunderland slander here.
I was gonna say,
Rightfully so.
Is there a couple of Geordies on this table by any chance?
You
Is there
are?
a couple of Georges? Very one or two.
I am
Thing
a
is,
fan
I'm
of
not even
the
a
Newcastle
Macam.
United.
I just happen to live in Sunderland.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, and you don't seem to like it.
No, I don't. But that's beside the point. Well, maybe not.
It's not beside the point at all. You'd burn it to the ground.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, let's ask him. What would you do?
I don't know.
Just
Paint the Stadium of Light black and white. That'd be a good one.
Or St. James is red and white.
Really piss him off there, wouldn't you?
What's that religious? What's he doing?
I'm just waiting. I'm just biding my time.
That's hallowed ground, that.
That is.
So
It's got the word saint in
I
it.
don't advise that.
It's got the
I
word
wouldn't
James.
condone
I mean,
that.
James.
It's
What would you do there, Bez? Come back for a week, torn apart by Lisa's absolutely massive.
Well, it wouldn't be. I've changed the name now. But
James Berry and the what's it now?
the best ever folk rock band out of Fulham.
Oh, absolutely.
Out of Fulham.
You've just headlined Glastonbury. Download a calling for you, and you're like, I'm
Compliment.
going home for a week.
Is the sign big enough?
What's that?
Is the sign big enough?
It was big enough.
The sign.
The sign.
sign.
Oh yeah, no. Honestly, it's really.
You and your southern accent.
Is the sign big enough for you? What am I saying?
To be honest, yeah, I'd probably do the same as you. I'd just go into my local pub, and to be fair, no one give a shit. Like, I'd just walk in and they'd be like, who the fuck are you?
It's
like,
it would be funny if you got that one local.
Yeah, I mean,
who's been like watching you since you started, and then they never twigged on that you made it big and go, oh, you alright, James? How's the music life been going? Oh, that's alright. Oh, you'll get there one day.
Not bad, like.
I've heard
It's alright, mate. It's just Alba.
It's like, that's what I do.
That's the thing,
Mate,
mate.
wouldn't it?
Like, any day yet.
Yes, you know.
Yeah, like most of the pubs I go to aren't in my hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all in town.
You
Yeah.
start,
So,
you start to come to one round, mate, aren't you?
Yeah, Lockside. That's quite
it's
nice.
lovely pub. It was horrible. It was a right shithole, and it was run by some absolute mingers. So and it got bought by another pub company, and they've done it and they've renovated it. They've painted it bottle green, and they do a pub quiz every Tuesday night. Now he comes every Tuesday. Or he's starting to come every
Starting to
Tuesday.
come
Except for this Tuesday.
Except for this Tuesday. That's where I was going to go, and then
That's why
and then
we're
Cam
going
Tex was like,
public,
"Oh, should
aye.
we do a podcast?" I was like, "Yeah."
Damn right, yeah.
It's kind of like
Forwards.
at the minute, like
It's,
the way my week's structured is just like Tuesdays, like the day I do like either a pub quiz or I go and do a frisbee training for a bit of
Social
fun,
life.
or I
Yeah.
just do anything. Yeah,
And he's a busy bloke.
I'm a
He
busy
does all
bloke.
He
the
actually
outside
is,
thing.
yeah.
I'll tell we're shooting off to the pub quiz after this.
no,
Aye.
don't know if I'd make it. Like
Meet
it's
with the
bloody heat.
outside.
No, meet with the Lockside. Come see the Praetors.
Yeah.
But before that, hit the ship ISIS in Sunderland because I think they have chicken wings on Tuesdays.
They do chicken
We
wings on Tuesdays.
We don't take advantage of that.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
Aye. They
Anyway.
do though.
There's them next door, yeah.
It's one good thing about Sunderland. It's the ship ISIS. Consistently gets best cider place for you. Consistently gets best ale place for everyone else. This is Camworths. It's like a nationwide thing and all. So it's,
Best out place.
yeah. So
Stop.
But yeah, I think we'll call that part 2.
Oh,
I
that's,
fancy another drink and then we'll get into
I definitely am parched.
yeah, we'll get back to part 3. See you lads on the other side.
Indeed.
See you in a bit.
Hey!
Do you want to press the button before I'll let you do it? It's number D. Do you want to do it?
Where's it?
Number
Where's it?
D.
Number D.
Number D.
Number D.
Number D.
That one. There we go.
Hey.
Why would you applaud?
Right, Dib's doing it on the last part.
Welcome back to side 3.
See.
See.
Sound like a Spanish person going, yes, I agree.
Yes, welcome back.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Yeah. We've refilled the drinks ish.
Kind of.
Plenty of empty
Few
glasses.
of them.
James has gone back to his specialty. If we don't get sponsored by Fruity,
I know I have a free
just start tagging them.
You
on
sh-
Twitter
you should,
and just be like, look,
every
Take
single
advantage of
episode.
it.
I would ask for a taste, but you said you were going to Prague, so I shan't.
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah.
But
Get
if
you
you ever
on, you greedy
find
bugger.
I don't have money, Callum.
if you ever find a pub that sells Fruity, I'd thoroughly recommend it.
Very nice.
I haven't tried it yet, you know. I'm not asking
When
for
I'm back from
it.
Prague,
I might
I
just get it next episode. Well, we've got a big drinking one. We're going to try all the drinks.
Oh yeah, you'll have it on that.
So this is episode 18,
Episode 18.
I think. 18? I think so. Episode 18. And episode 20 is going to be a milestone where we just drink we put a live stream on, and we're going to try and write a song throughout the entire thing, drunk with
Nice.
audience participations, and
that's nice.
you're going to read a song. I've got a pipe ordered that came the other day.
Yeah, I'm gonna read a song out with a smoker's jacket next to a fireplace.
with a book out,
Yeah,
cross-legged.
it's going to be
Get
great.
one back
crack.
up
It's
for
gonna
that.
be like a
that'd be
shit
good
song though,
Yeah.
like that what the fuck that WAP. Oh my gosh! Look at that butt. Oh my god! Yeah, it's gonna be daft.
Lit
But,
cigar in one hand.
yeah. It's gonna be either funny or it's just gonna be really shit, and people are going, "What the fuck are these arseholes?" But it's more likely
But
the
we're
latter,
going to find it
honestly.
funny.
Get us back would liven up the party.
Yeah. So I got one of the questions is how do you deal? Well, originally it's how do you deal with a guitar going out of tune mid-song? But you were talking about a couple of guitar
Yeah, that's the
issues earlier.
that's the funny thing. We
Wait.
don't. It's something we're trying to get a lot better at.
I think you
So-
just have to like kind of accept it when you're like mid-song, don't you?
it's, unless you've got
yeah.
like a techie or someone that like
Swap
not a
your
techie.
guitar.
Yeah.
Swap your guitar, sort of like
yeah.
mid-song. Have you seen that video of when I think it is? Oh, who was it? It's like a blues guitarist, and he snapped the
Steve
string.
Oh,
Ray
is that,
Vaughan.
Yeah, and you have
exactly,
the techie come around and putting like a new string on.
I thought that was BB King.
Oh,
He
both.
did that himself, didn't he?
Stevie
He broke a
Ray
string,
basically snapped the string and he still kept on the solo, and he was mid solo, so the tech kind of came out and he went "Ooh," and then carried on the solo as if like if you were to close your eyes you wouldn't have known anything was wrong, but
Tell
you just
you
like
what.
just,
I think the one
I
with
wish it was that
Stevie Ray.
easy to string a bloody guitar.
Yeah, I've done it when its thing goes out of tune because I can deal with it snapping a string. That's fine. I snap loads and I can restring them within seconds. But I get to the point where I'm like, right, okay, well the E's in tune, the A's alright, the D's not. So alright, well I'll just play the lower three strings.
Yeah.
Or I try and figure out which
Yeah.
one's out of tune. Just don't touch that one.
I literally very much
Just-
so. It's just
Is it-
like
Like the problem with our music is like that wouldn't really work.
the problem is we can't hear which strings are out.
Yeah.
we have quite
That's
a lot
true.
of like effects on
we're
our
very
sort of things.
loud.
Like
Quite heavy.
I run quite an elaborate setup where I have it going into a like sort of like almost a royal blood kind of setup where I have it going into a channel splitter, going off into like a sort of high treble amplifier and a low sort of bassy octavy amplifier, and so sort of that'll sound great coming out both the speakers. But the monitor sort of, coming in because you've got that and then
Yeah.
the bass and everything on one monitor. It's a bit strange to try sort of decipher everything like that. So it's something I'll have to get better at. I'll have to understand the language of our strange melancholy of music.
Yep.
I think sometimes an out of tune guitar is not the worst sound, depending on the song. If
Yeah,
you're
Yeah,
playing
especially
out of
Like,
tune,
do
depends.
you remember
Song
when we were
it's not
recording
great.
Face of a Killer and the last note going into the breakdown, you strummed something wrong, but it sounds good.
Aye.
You hit the wrong chord. but
sometimes
it
that can work.
it worked. It worked really well, and I think I
That happens
prefer
a
it.
lot, yeah.
Because it sounds heavier.
It happens a lot. I get most things wrong.
That's not what I meant, but okay.
So like when I do like
Jam.
my live gigs and I do a song called Alone and it gets very like everything gets chucked in it. The guitar gets built up, the drum on it gets built up and everything. And if it goes out of tune, it just sounds more aggressive, but it's kind of
Chaotic,
an aggressive
yeah.
song. And it's like
That's
kind
the
of
thing
sound.
that I think Queens of the Stone Age did on what's it called? Because I watched a video back. It's like the producer talking about how he produced Songs for the Deaf, and because the entire thing's done in like a guitar like C standard,
Yeah.
because it's so low, when you strum a string, it actually bends up higher for like a fraction of the time. So you've actually got to have the string a bit sort of lower, and then when he plays a chord, it comes back.
Yeah.
for like a
That's
strange
interesting.
setting.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It's like that must be like drop like D
Drop E.
B or something like drop
Yeah.
E.
I mean, if you've seen Josh Homme, the man himself, he's like 6 feet tall, and the guitars he plays are like just as big as him. So
Yeah.
oh, yeah, it's funny. It's funny.
We-
It's the same with him. Buckethead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a massive man, and he gets his guitars especially like longer and bigger, just so that he doesn't look like he's sort of playing with a little toy. Yeah, it's funny.
That's cool.
It's like it's like some of the songs we play with are a bit dodgy tunings, aren't they?
Well, we play some funny tunings. Well, I mean, not some funny tunings. Like
Not
the only
just
real
one.
funny tuning we play.
Like C.
it's
But it's like,
It's not
it's
drop C.
standard tuning, but like the bottom string tuned all the way down to C.
tuned down to a C.
Yeah.
Man.
That's I used to have to do that bass playing No One Knows.
Yeah.
It's such a good song.
We like that song.
Great song.
We
love
like that
I
song.
love that song.
My dad showed me that song. Like, yes, it was like, must have been about like 9 or 10. He showed us that song.
Queens are a very dad band, aren't they? Like, the dad tends to know who Queens
Dad
are.
rock.
Well, they were like they were out like back in my day, and a lot of my mates are starting to have kids now. So I guess it is dad rock. I guess I'm getting that age now. It's depressing, isn't it?
No, it
like,
is, it is.
I'm sure there was a dad rock album that had flipping Lavril Lavigne on and shit like that.
I remember saying that,
I
yeah.
don't know, yeah.
That's my jam.
System
That.
of a Down is Dad
First
rock.
listen
So that even hits close to home because my dad showed me
Slipknot.
System of a Down.
Slipknot is Dad rock.
Oh God, imagine.
So yeah,
Not Will Be I.
Yeah.
we got a question off Keddy Sowles. And
Hey, my boy!
he asked, when are you guys going to release new music?
Oh, that's a good
That's
question.
when we get our producer to get his
Patrick
Get
Smith,
your-
get your act together.
get your Mac together.
I wasn't going to mention his name because that's making promises. But it's, I mean, we know people, like, we know someone who will record our stuff. We know a few people who've offered as well. It's sort of like, essentially as soon as possible. We really want to get stuff out. We have so much
We
material.
want it to be done promptly though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we desperately want to get it out so that we can focus on writing new stuff.
Yeah.
It's like...
It's honestly it's a never-ending circle because it takes so long to kind of produce, record, and then you've got you need like a good month to kind of like plan the release. By the time you've done that with a song that you absolutely love, you've already wrote like 3 or 4 new ones that you like more, and you're like, shit, what am I doing now? It's like you can't be bothered to like release this one now because you've got this one you want to be excited about.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But like the one that what would you say we want to release? How Far Can the Three probably be first.
We'd release...
I feel like that would be the single.
That would be the single, like
Yeah.
the first one, yeah. Like that. I mean, we wrote it in 2 hours.
Was that the first one we wrote?
That was the first. That was the first song we wrote.
Yeah.
We're fast writing music. It's like getting a room together. All right,
Because we didn't have time, really, did we?
Get with a small little riff over the weekend. How we can do this? Just build it from there, and all of a sudden, as you know, we've got like, it's like a little anecdote I sort of saw somewhere I quite like. I tend to bring in a block of marble, and we chisel it down together. It's like that kind of thing.
Yeah, I get that.
We create a beautiful sculpture, and that's
how songs really.
Gets a
Yeah.
lot more
Like,
beautiful.
well, because like
Good
when we were
analogy.
first starting out, it was just me and Callum for about a year before we got Lucas in, and that was when we were starting to do gigs and we started recording. We were like, okay, we need this extra level of depth.
Yeah.
So when it was just me and Callum, we didn't have any effect or anything like that. We were just sat in a room, weren't we?
Yeah.
And you were using a bass to begin with, plugged into a guitar amp,
yes.
Royal Blood-esque.
Funny.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
but we only could get together for like maybe about 2 hours on a Monday, maybe, because that was all that we were allowed in the rooms at college. So we had 2 hours to write a song, and I think we went over a little bit because then we wrote another song in about 30 minutes.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a funny one. We wrote a song. We came up with a name for the first one. Couldn't come up with a name for the second one, so we called it just number two for now.
Yeah.
First, the
And now
second-
that's the name of the song.
yeah,
Makes
the
sense.
lyrics are wrote around it.
That's cool.
It's like a funny. Oh, here's another little anecdote. My guitar teacher, I remember when I was first learning guitar, it was because I started writing music the second I learned how to play 3 chords, and so I came back to him with like this little thing I'd wrote. He goes, "Have you got a name for it?" And I've forgotten what I said, but it was something like, "Oh, not yet."
That's the song.
Yeah.
Not yet. And he's like, oh yeah, that's a quite like that. Yeah.
yeah, literally.
Then it's stuck.
I mean, like we've got like the likes of one of the songs in my set that in college.
Oh.
So in college last year, what we did, we had a lesson on a Friday, and it's called
I
LVP.
remember.
Yeah.
So LVP is pretty much, it stands for live venue performance, and every week your band would come up with a song that would do something like write a song or perform a song.
Like
in
a
it.
cover of a song.
Yeah, but one time, like you can get, sometimes they'll allow you to have like your extracurricular bands on and stuff, which was me and Callum at the time, and it was like we didn't have any song to perform, but we were allowed on, and we're like, okay, let's run to a practice room, and we wrote a song in 3 minutes.
No, literally. Like,
Literally.
But what it was, this was it. We wrote the structure in 3 minutes. We didn't write the lyrics. So,
that was it. Yeah,
I'm sort of stressing like, oh, what do I sing about? I was figuring, no, I think he came up with the idea. It was just sort of like, I don't know, just wing it, just sort of
literally
ran.
just
Say what you
literally.
see.
And so it was a song that goes along the lines of my love for chicken burgers and my distaste for blue cheese. So
Literally in the moment on stage, you were playing. He was just like, I like chicken burgers.
Chicken burgers are the best.
Yeah.
Do you still play that live now?
Yeah. But the thing is, the riff in the song,
It's
like,
so good.
it's
Really well.
really good.
Yeah.
Like, I really love the riff,
Yeah.
and it's one of my favorite songs for it. Also, the drum beat is very simple, obviously, because we had 3 minutes to write it, but it's powerful.
Sometimes they're the best kind of songs. Still. Like,
Honestly,
to be fair,
yeah, they
you
really
just-
are.
If you don't have to think about it, you just play whatever whatever the fuck you want, and it's just kind of it's pure energy.
Yeah.
That's because sometimes I know I write songs and I've got like a little I record them on my phone, and even though it's obviously a shit recording because it's a phone.
yeah.
But like I try to replicate it because I think too much about maybe I should say this, but it doesn't beat the phone recording because I've written it in the moment and it's there and it's just like it's like a timestamp kind of thing.
That was a lot of like what we were doing, because since we didn't have anything to record with, we just stuck the phone on the lamp and recorded it. I mean, with Can't Compete, we didn't have a recording in that until Friday, did we? But that song's been written for at least 6 months. We just, for some reason, didn't get one.
That was a song we've got called Can't Compete, which is an instrumental. And the whole idea of the song is it's really fast, really heavily drum focused.
Yeah, a lot of fills.
On that song, I'll tell you what this man is. Like from the second that I could see how he played, I thought of a nickname for him. He's called Fighter Pilot. He's that fast. He's that bloody precise with all his movements. It's like...
I mean, the song was like live was like anywhere from about 200 to 220 BPM, wasn't it?
Fast.
It's quite fast.
Yeah,
Slightly.
I mean, it's like Slipknot speeds, but it's like, it's not just double bass or anything like that. It's like 6 strut rolls and all these kind of rudiments and everything like that. Like, kind of like nearly jazz playing with some of the stuff that I do on the right cymbal.
But he plays it so quick that you can never tell.
Yeah, exactly. And like,
So
and if
quick
I
that
make
if
it's
you
so,
make a mistake, nobody knows.
that's the thing. It's like it gets to the speed. Like I make a mistake, and it's kind of hard to tell because it's just so chaotic that it kind of just rolls with it. It's like Black Midi-esque.
Are you going to
sort
show
of,
some of that on the bongo later on?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what you can do with a bongo is just like I used to do this because I used to like drum on the table all the time. You can kind of get like a roll going if you just use more than one finger. So like,
Flip my neck.
it's like Buzz Rose use all 4.
Oh man.
I was excited to get that. It was because when he mentioned that we'd be doing a live lounge recording, I was sort of thinking, what's Tom gonna use? Do they have like a cajon or something? Oh, they wouldn't have one of those. And I sort of my eyes like I'm looking at my phone. My eyes looked at the back because on this little shelf I've got, I had that bongo. I've been given for a while, and I just thought.
We had a band in a few weeks ago and they used the cajon, and then we started panicking going, maybe we're making too much noise for downstairs because they let us use the rooms.
It was on a Monday and they do a quiz night on the Monday downstairs, so it's kind of like that.
Whoopsie. So we get away with guitar, but then we were like, maybe cajon's a bit much.
Yeah,
And
bongo's
then we had What About Eddie?
They want a sax player.
And they're asking, well, what about like a saxophone? So I don't think we'd get away with saxophone. It's going to have to be pure acoustic. You can bring an acoustic sax. That's called a flute, isn't it?
I was going to say, what's an acoustic sack involved? Like, what does that entail?
An acoustic sax is called a saxophone.
Yeah, exactly. It's all
I was thinking that.
like, an acoustic sax is actually a saxophone. It's very loud. It's like an acoustic drum set.
You know what I mean? You could have like a kazoo. That's like
It's like, you guys said acoustic, you didn't say what acoustic.
Didn't specify.
Plays chops.
So moving into live show, obviously you said you've done 2 as a band now, haven't you?
2 gigs, yeah. One was just me and Callum, and then the last one was me.
How are you
as a
finding that?
trio.
It's like really.
It's
tight
just, it's
on
kind
range
of just a
and not
learning.
stuff
It's
there,
I find it to be a learning curve. We keep discovering things that we're discovering that's like not necessarily wrong with the performance, but it's just like could
what to improve.
Could be better.
That was my next question is, other than generic improvements, because obviously as a new band you'll get better every gig, is there anything you want to work specifically on to make your live shows better?
Do you know what I quite like that we do a lot? We do very well, almost naturally very well. It's transitions, like the sort of where we have like lots of intros that go into different songs and this kind of stuff. And I'm sort of playing this thing, like this intro, and Lucas had never sort of rehearsed like a part for the bass for it, but then I look over and he's playing this like awesome melody going along with me, and it sounds heavy and thick, and I'm just thinking like, we need to exploit this more. We need to do more sort of outlandish, strange, like intermediate sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good, because then like it's just a thing that I love when looking at live performances all across the board. When you see like Foo Fighters do it a lot with, like, they mix in Feel Good Hit of the Summer with stacked actors, and it's like it sort of cuts. So you're playing a different song, and then it cuts into one of your own that you recognise instantly. Yeah, and it's so good. I love it.
Yeah, we need to do more of that. Definitely.
More of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we've got 2 in our set at the minute, don't we? We've got the intro into the first song and then the last song and then the outro kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's a nice thing.
That's
really
the
well.
most important part.
Yeah, so like the
first song and the last song, everything in between doesn't really, you can play anything in the between.
Yeah, so currently
the
like
first and the last,
including the intro, the first song's nearly 7 minutes, and then the last song, including the outro, is nearly 8 minutes.
Yeah.
No, it's
so it's nice
so
stuff.
you got 2 of the songs and then your set's finished then.
Yeah, I wish we were like Black Country New Road.
No, it's really good fun. Like live performances, like before this, a lot of the live performances I played were either, as those said when I was in their college, it was LVP, Live Any Performance, or just open mic nights around the place, Surf Cafe, that kind of thing. But
Headlined that twice.
Yeah.
Nearly sold it out the first time. I was one ticket off a sellout. That was so close.
If only.
Was that the one? I tell you what, that was the one. That was the one I filmed in. Or was that a different one?
Yeah,
well, I didn't.
I'm sure I did the album release in September.
Oh,
and then
nice.
you recorded tried to record the one.
Recorded
the one, and then it didn't save.
Like one thing I kind of find difficult is like, so obviously I've done gigs with Vanels and stuff, but doing gigs with Praetors is a bit different.
Yes.
The drums are a lot harder and a lot faster and
a lot more demanding.
Yes, a lot more, very, very physically demanding, especially with Concompete because it's so fast. Like I often find like after the first time we write arm is just completely dead.
Preference? Obviously not in the sense of which band's best, but do you have a preference in drumming technique? Do you really enjoy the do, or do you like the kind of chill a bit?
It really doesn't. It's really hard to tell because with Vanels, it's like the drums often are quite a bit slower, but I find there's more room to
sort of
improvise,
do your own thing,
and improvisation is my favorite kind of drumming.
Yeah.
So. But the thing is, with Praetors, there's less room to improvisation,
but there's more energy.
Yeah, that, and also with kind of with the songwriting and stuff like that, I've kind of took the stuff that I like from improvisation and put it into the songs.
Yeah. So
like
it's beyond. It's like you improvise, but you kind of.
But now it's the song.
Yeah. So like my favorite rudiment is the 6-stroke roll. It's super easy and you can put it in a lot of places and it sounds really good to the untrained ear because it just sounds like a drum roll. Yeah. So it's like a 6-stroke roll. It's like that. Yeah. And it's super nice because it's like you hit. Say if you hit on the tom, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movements, and that is a 6-stroke roll with an accent on the end. So. And I do that a lot, especially in Concompete. The intro is literally completely 6-stroke rolls, but at like 220 BPM, so it's super, super fast, and it's really, really hard.
A similar thing, like sort of with your saying 6-stroke rolls being sort of cheat codes almost.
Yeah, like, I see them as that.
You both play guitar?
Yes.
Legato. Absolutely, for me, when you get sort of alright at legato, it's the most. It is automatically a cheat code because anything you can. Let's say you've got you can play either 9 notes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But if you're good at legato, you only have to strum 3 notes. You go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Because a legato, for people who don't know, is sort of where you play a note and then you hammer on with your fingers to sort of let the next note ring out almost. And it sounds so smooth when it's done well, that it almost sounds better than
strumming
using the
Yeah,
harder
yeah.
technique
Yeah.
to actually do it.
Yeah, because it's all about accents. That's the that's what, yeah.
I do that when I play
So
smooth
it's
on
like,
bass.
I try to use quite a lot of legato and make people think I'm properly mental.
You do that in Undertow, don't you?
Uh,
The ending of the
ending.
yeah. So you know when you go like
there's not a lot of legato in Undertow.
because
Especially if
I
you've got-
noticed that all those notes. I've noticed when you did it, you strummed twice in the entire thing. I was like, what?
Yeah.
So I was like, what? How the fuck have you done that?
The end of the song we've got is really insanely quick, and it was sort of you know the fill in No One Knows What It's like that.
Yeah.
It's
like that.
Like in the outro
Yeah.
of one of our songs, I just do that for about sort of 18 times at the end, very fucking quick.
It's like so in like No One Knows. It's kind of like it's like a triplet beat. It's like
Yeah.
but in our song it's like an eighth note beat. So it's
Right,
like
so it's like-
well, probably
yeah,
probably
so
like
it's-
what would it be like 16th? I think at the tempo we'll play it, so it's like a 16th note, but it's still really quick.
It's crazy.
So it's like like that.
That's too fast for me. That like I can't even think that fast. Never mind play. Fucking hell.
Yeah. So
Legato, cheat codes and music. There you go. 6-stroke rolls, legato. You got those. You're set for life.
Basically.
you got those, and then you got the Praetors.
So we obviously you've done your live shows. You've announced which ones are coming up next. Obviously, whenever you get live shows, tag us on Instagram, Facebook, and we'll reshare.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What song have you chose to play for us tonight?
We've chosen a song, our arguably
Debut,
best
you could
song,
say.
our debut song called "How Far Can I Throw You?" Yeah,
Cool.
how far can I throw you?
How far can you?
Depends on the weight of the man.
Sort of,
Yeah.
how heavy
Really
are you?
does.
How much water have you drunk today?
Well,
None but Frulies.
it's quite heavier than water, to be fair. Like.
The answer
So-
to that question, probably about 1.3 meters.
That's still a good distance. That.
I was gonna
I still think I get James off the edge of the couch.
Well, I used to do shot put, innit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have a go shot put on a human being.
Hey, those balls are pretty heavy.
Oh, we don't want
Very,
to know.
very dense. Very dense.
So if people wanted to find you on social medias, where would they?
At Praetors_band.
Yeah.
Our management is at NMU Management. Managed by this
Northern
lovely
Music
gentleman.
Unlimited.
Yeah, managed by this lovely gentleman here.
Aye. It's good.
Northern
it's,
Music Unlimited.
Aye,
Yeah.
so it's new account we've got. It's one localised area for lots of enterprise and young musicians.
Yeah, cool.
And if they want to put money towards the advertisement to boost the advertisements, we'll add £100 on top of that.
Oh, that's good.
So you'll get a good week, 2 weeks of
Yeah.
boosted advertisement. So if there's any bands watching and you want to be advertised for £300, right? Northern_music_unlimited. Add on Instagram. So the whole premise of the idea is this band's new.
Yeah.
They're not very well known, but they're very, very skilled. They're like the absolute
So you
peak of
want
the
to
reach.
get the name out there more.
So you need to get the name out there more. How do you do that when you've got no money? Well, you get external funding. So we have external funding. We're going to use that funding to promote the band. We're going to have posters. We're going to have online advertisement. We're going to have gigs, podcasts. We're going to do little interviews on our little
This
channel.
is what we're here for.
And it won't just be these on that account, but it'll be lots like these. We'll have a vast and eclectic genre.
So, like, are you quite a new enterprise?
New enterprise, I think as of
like-
today we've got about 400 followers,
That's good.
which is
I mean,
average,
we
but
sat down and talked about this idea literally
Yeah.
about 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
Something like that,
Yeah,
2-3 weeks
so
ago. We
it's
just
going
sat
very
down.
well.
Well, when you
I
get
took a
other
lovely
bands
photo
on,
of you,
obviously
didn't I?
drop us a message and
Aye, so
we'll
we'll drop
chuck
you
them on this.
messages
We
and
don't
stuff.
mind.
Aye, it'll be great.
Anyone on.
I mean, like, I took a lovely photo of you to use as your...
Aye, you did, didn't
Yeah.
you? Didn't you? Aye.
Took a few.
With that in mind, if anybody has any bands or acts they want us to get on the podcast, we will ask them. Doesn't mean they'll join because we're still waiting on Jack Black to reply.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Jack, where you at?
Come on, man. Maybe
Um,
message Kyle Gass. Maybe he'll be more
maybe
object.
we'll do that next.
Just start singing tribute.
Well, that
And
he
you'll
did a couple
manifest.
episodes ago and he hasn't turned up. But you can follow us on Off the Stage UK on all social medias. Off the Stage 2 on Twitter because we're not good enough to be Off the Stage 1. Off the Stage UK at gmail.com. Or is it just Off the Stage?
Off the Stage UK, I think. Or have I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. You can direct message us. We're
It'll be in the
fine.
description.
Yeah.
Description.
Follow me and
can do
James on Instagrams and stuff because we always advertise the podcast plus our upcoming shows. I might have an upcoming show in January. Your other band might be part of it. Still waiting to hear back what you guys are doing next year.
Yes.
But we'll sort that out.
Yeah, we're writing a whole new set, so it's like...
Yeah, I know.
I don't know.
I'm talking to Jude about it.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for coming, guys. We'll get you set up. I don't know, where should we set up here? We haven't done this room before.
Stand
how
on the
many?
table.
How many? Is it? How
It's
many?
2 guitars, 1
Two
bongo.
guitars and one.
Oh, right, cool. I was gonna say because it's a really cool seat there.
I know.
I could be in that seat. I'll be the bongo in that seat. Like,
We'll figure it out.
We'll sort
I'll
that
tell
out.
you what, me and Lucas standing on the table, sort of. No, they weren't like that, would they? But no,
they don't have to know. They don't have to know.
Well, thank you very much for coming, guys. We'll call that a pod, and you're more than welcome to come back.
button.
Press the button.
This is really-
Oh, yeah.
Press the
Which
button.
buttons are you pressing?
So you gotta. It's not the thingy button anymore. So it's you've got to press the B to end it.
The baby.
The B end.
B button.
So
Press
it's,
that. Oh.
Thank you. And good night.
Thank you very much.
Fourth round of applause of the evening, and I'm waiting for you what's going on.
You ready? Hey.
He's coming.
Oh, he is. Oh.
Ready?
Hello, what's your name? And please do not disturb my fragile ease of mind and mind and mine alone. You'd never guess I'm kind of prone to giving up before it's done. You'd maybe think I've never won, but don't you be so damn naive. I wear victory on my sleeve. Be assured I love you so, my inner mirage letting go of all your doubts and all your pleas. But good things, they always come in threes. Of that I have my evidence or knowledge of this precedence. But one thing I've just gotta say, if you do belong to me, hello stranger, locked in eyes who doesn't give good alibis. This you know to be true. The taste of lips is one forsaken for passion that it has been so forsaken. How far can I throw you? The taste of lips is one forsaken for passion that has been so taken. How far can I throw you? Oh, I said the taste of lips is one forsaken for passion that has been so taken. How far what's your name? And please do not disturb my fragile ease of mind and mine and mine. Alone, I'd never guessed you'd never known. I'm giving up before it's done. You maybe think I've never won, but don't you be so damn naive. I wear victory on my sleeve, I do.
Thank you very much.
I thank you.